7 o'clock. What the heck is this going on here?
Hey!
Come on, you interrupted Elvis Costello and Guy Boucher here. What is going on here?
It's important.
It is very important. Mitch, Chris Berry, program director, since you're not going to introduce me, I'll do it myself. Taking a few minutes here to congratulate you. You may not know, but you've hit 15 years as an employee.
Oh, please. You do Tommy 20. Wait for 20. Couldn't you have waited till I hit 20?
No, it's 15 years.
Just after, you know that I tried to talk Tommy.
They had to do it now because you're not going to make 20.
How do you know this? How do you know this, Knuckles? Yes. I tried to talk Tommy into not going over to CJD. When we were together, we were building something at CIQC 600, which doesn't exist.
If he doesn't make 20, it'll be his own doing. I'm not doing it. I don't want that on me.
Well, the 15, geez, I thought I was just getting like a gift from the head office or something that I ordered.
We've got that for you in 1 second, but first, there you go.
Thank you, Matt.
Oh, and there's Chris Nine, $5.
You owe me another,
Buy a coffee.
like, 4 figures, I think.
But you know what? The truth is, since you've been here 15 years, it means you've been here since the beginning of the radio station, right? So it's a 15-year anniversary at Team 990 and TSN690 for Mitch Melnick. It's also a 15-year anniversary for all sports radio in Montreal. And I was thinking about that earlier this afternoon, and I thought to myself, would this station exist without Mitch Melnick? And that's an honest thing. I'm not just sort of BSing you here. I'm not sure it would. I don't think it would. I don't think that without the leadership of Mitch Melnick, without the star power of Mitch Melnick, that the listeners would have rallied behind this radio station and saved it. So I don't think any of us would be here without you.
Well, you want me to respond to that?
Go ahead.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. But as I recall, 15 years ago, May 8th, I think the first thing on the air was actually Elliot Price and Terry Haig were calling an Expos game in San Francisco, and Ted Blackman and I, along with Sean Starr and Kathy Newton, because it was only the morning show, and we tried to convince them bringing in a show from Toronto or Winnipeg is not going to work here, and it didn't. But anyways, that's what it was. It was us in the morning the next day. I think I could be off, but it was bare bones, and shortly thereafter 9/11 hit, and who the hell was listening to a brand new all sports radio station after September the 11th? So we had to really dig out of a hole as a radio station, and all of the people who ended up working for us off the air, on the air, we didn't have a program director, so we had to get together at various points. People like Rod and Picard. We had a consultant named Rick Scott from ESPN who had enjoyed success in sports radio. And Wayne Buse did an awful lot of work as well. He was kind of like the general manager, program director. The sales staff was fantastic. They had to be, and they were fantastic, all the salespeople over there. And I think one of the things we did a lot of was we went into the community because we knew we had to play catch-up, and we had to do it in a hurry. We didn't have any time to waste, because having come out of CIQC when they closed their doors, we realized that we had to create a footprint in a hurry. Best way to do that is connect with your listeners, and that's what I'm most proud of, is that we did connect with our listeners, because when the time came when it looked like we were going away, they responded. So I think a lot has happened in 15 years.
Yeah, it sure has. I think you could also be proud of the fact that you've led to great careers for a number of broadcasters who wouldn't have had it otherwise, right? Interns and employees who you mentored and spent time with and gave feedback, both constructive and brutal. And lots and lots
honest,
of people, right?
Brutally honest. Yes. That's something else, is we actually groom talent locally. We could afford to do it because we were at a radio station where mistakes could be made on the air, and head office wouldn't complain about it. So a lot of people learned the hard way, and they're still working hard at it, and for very little money.
So we're here to congratulate you, Mitch, on 15 years. We definitely hope at least 15 more. You've got one of the gifts. Matt Wood, our assistant program director, has another gift for you.
Now we're talking.
Right?
Forget the bell gift.
So we got you your favorite tall bottle of Coca-Cola.
Now, I noticed that you guys permitted Tommy to have a martini on the air to celebrate 20. last week.
You could have a glass of Coke if you want.
Well, I've got 4 hours to go, including a music segment coming up. So this bottle of Coca-Cola might be done. The only person in here who can't have any is Knuckles. Okay, for the next 4 hours. But thank you very much. That's really sweet of you.
Now,
That's,
Mitch,
yes,
Mitch,
Rod.
you mentioned briefly the struggles of the national team radio network when they signed on.
Yeah,
and the
we
drive
knew
home,
we knew it wasn't going to work.
Of
It was
course.
Jim Van Horn and Stephen Brunt in Toronto. Talking Toronto
Right.
with Montreal. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, with all due respect to those guys, a couple of schleps hosting the
no
network
talent.
show.
No talent, no good.
No talent. Right now, though, we are going to check in with one of the representatives of the Newfoundland and Labrador Fishing Association. Hello, sir.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Is this Brunt?
Well, you know, I didn't. They told me no gifts. What's this?
Well, I didn't think you were allowed to do this.
Well, I'm not. So I'm not going to do it for very long.
Yeah, like they're going to kick you off Sportsnet for coming on and saying hello, right?
I think Scott Moore will forgive me.
He's a good man. Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
Where are
happy
you?
Anniversary, pal.
Where are you?
I'm in Brantford, Ontario, about to step out the Grand River and catch a trout.
Oh, so you're fishing. How is semi-retirement these days?
Well, you see, that's not true. As you know, I'm working hard with your good pal Jeff Blair in the mornings.
No, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Since
every
when?
Day.
Every day? Wait, you want to plug something else while you're at it?
No, it's like I don't think our show comes into your market.
Well, I see Blair on this big screen in front of me, and it's just awful. You got to get him to a gym or something. Seriously.
I'll tell him that tomorrow morning.
No, I care about him, but it's you don't, he's getting up there, Brunt.
Well, we're all getting up there. I can't believe it's 15 years.
Do you remember the first show?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Well,
I don't.
Well, I know I do.
Oh, because we weren't on together, right?
No, and we were the first ones on the air, and we killed Chum essentially, right? We killed we killed the 1050, the great rock and roll station, Chum, which is back as a sports station now again, obviously. But
I remember Stephen trying to convince me to, this idea of a national all sports network, and it's going to be fantastic. They're throwing money around like crazy. There's stock options involved. And then I talked to the people, and I went, was I sent to the wrong guy?
Yeah, I missed the stock options too, but they had to lure me away from a very lucrative gig. So maybe that was part of it. But no, I remember Jim and I going on the air, and Jim, Jim, whose real last name is Melnick, as you know.
That's right.
Your long lost cousin.
With a Y, though. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was. This was kind of the soft launch in the spring. They were going to have the big launch after Labor Day, and then, as you mentioned, that little September 11th thing happened, and it kind of derailed everything sports-wise and derailed the whole world, and it kind of felt pointless, And we never really got our legs in Toronto. I'll be the first to admit it.
Yeah, it was tough. That was like I said, who was listening? That's when all news was. We were all doing it, right?
Yep.
We're all watching CNN, and we couldn't wait to get out of the studio to see what the next development was. But Steve, thanks so much, man. I mean, we miss you on the show. That's I get a lot of people because I am out there, and whenever I do get a chance to talk